Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 7 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great day, safe day. Of course, let's make it a great night. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Ask for what you want. I love this card. Find the courage to ask for what you want. Others have the right to say yes or no, but you always have the right to ask. Likewise, everyone has the right to ask you for what they want, and you have the right to say yes or no. And you know what that does, folks? That gets rid of all the grayness in your life. Yesterday's gone, tomorrow's not here. What are you doing right here, right now? Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow down 78, NASDAQ off 12, S&P's off 10, gold contract down $7.40, trading at $1,642 an ounce. Silver off 77 cents at $31.45 an ounce. Platinum down 18 at $1,620 an ounce. Copper off 7.5 pennies at $3.77 a pound. Light sweet crude down $1.87, trading at $105.40. You get bonds up 6 ticks at $136.31. Dollars up 6 ticks at 79.96. The euro's down 30 at 131, and the yen came down 87 at 82.54. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Okay, you're down $10. We're at $13.92. Well, bottom line, folks, is that we only did $664 million. That's going into the 13th. We take a look at this baby right now. So while we come out, actually, okay, we come down to $746 million. You're going into the 13th, which is $907. That's not enough juice on the way down either. Dow Industrials. We go over to the Dow. So what that's saying is that we're not done going sideways or trying to get into those highs once again. We go into the Dow Industrials. You're down 78. Bottom line, you're coming down into the breakout area with lighter volume. Composite, NASDAQ Composite. This is what we have with the Composite. Composite got to a price point of 3050, rejected lower lows. Closed down 12, but that's really a sideways move. And what do we do it on? You did it on light volume. So what that's saying is that you still have the highs that are game to get tested. If we go over to the SPY, you take a look at the SPY, this is what you have. The SPY, this is kind of interesting, actually. The SPY, yeah, okay, SPY come down to 133, going to 184. You know, we're at Thursday, you're coming into Friday. I suspect the short position here would be, folks, is that if it can try to bounce into 140.11 on the SPY. That's the way that's set up right now. If we go take a look at the small caps, we use the IWM. What you have with the IWM is this, is that the IWM is at 82. Now, that came down with some juice, you know. I'd love to see it try to go test 82.75. That's all it needs. It gets up to that, baby, has light volume. That would be the short position in the IWM. Gold contract. Let's take a look at gold. What we had with gold out here today is that gold got to a price point of $16.27, rejected that lower low, closed out at $16.43. Bottom line, folks, you did 161,000 contracts. Gold is already in a confirmed weekly ABC structure on the way down, and you'll see that baby get to lower lows. One of the gold equities, which has been the strongest gold equity out there for the past about 5 or 6 years, and we've talked about it quite a bit, it's Rango Resources. Well, Rango Resources, and if you want to see something that's just over the top, you know, bottom line, if you get the gold report, you know what I was saying, that, hey, why does Rango want to go into this swing point down there? Bottom line, it has a high volume high, October 4th at $89. Well, this is about as sick as you get. They have a military coup in Mali. Bottom line, stock gaps away at $12, has volume. Don't touch this baby. It's going lower. It's probably going up to $75. So, you know, we'll talk about it as we move on into the show. Let's go to, where are we? Let's go to Dean in Orlando. Hey, Dean, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing, Tom?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
Well, I don't know. I've got blood everywhere.
You have blood everywhere?
Yeah, I was in TVIX today, and I was wanting to know your opinion about it.
Okay, let's take a look at it. This is, I'm going to talk quite a bit about this. I've talked about before about net asset values, but let's go over this thing. It's TVIX, okay? This is the velocity 2 times shot exchange traded note equity, okay? First off, an ETN, folks, is exchange traded note. And I know, depending on how long you've been listening to me, every single person that calls with these things, I tell them not to trade the VIX, period. But anyway, to go on from that, this is what you have. Now, let me ask you something. Did you just get in this today for a bounce, or what do you do?
Well, I jump in and out depending on how it moves, but I was figuring it was going to go up since the VIX was going up, and it caught me by surprise.
Okay, so let's walk through it, folks, because this is what's going on. Now, this equity today crashed, folks, okay? So picture this. This equity, first off, and it's an exchange-traded note. Now, first off, you got to understand what a note is. It's not an ETF, it's an ETN. What an ETN, folks, is this. They're put out by banks. They're paid in cash payments. They are unsecured debt against the bank that puts them out. So that's the vehicle number one, okay? Now, the reason it's important to understand what the vehicle is to understand, okay, it's a cash payment. Next we're going to talk about is what is the net asset value. You know, yeah, you've absolutely heard me talk about the Sprout Fund when the Sprout Fund was pushing a 13, 14 net asset value. It's like, why would you buy a fund over 13% on a premium when you can go buy the silver? Go buy it makes absolutely no sense. But people do buy it because they don't understand the difference. Okay, so now let's go to the next step with the ETN. So first off, you have a vehicle that is absolutely cash. That's all it is, okay? The problem, let's see, February 27th, they stopped issuing shares of TVIX. And if you want to see how absolute professionals are in the business, folks, that unfortunately don't understand how the business works, meaning what asset values are, what a true hedge is. You know, there were absolutely professionals that were hedging themselves with this, which is I would say, flat out one of the worst ways you ever could hedge yourself, because there's so much cleaner ways. The one thing that I've seen in this business, and I've seen it for 35 years, so it blows my mind. And it probably, this is what it has to do with. It has to do with investors versus traders. What happens, folks, you know, traders understand, number one, what they're getting into and what they're getting out of. I don't trade anything unless I understand what it is I'm trading. But anyway, this TVIX, the reason it crashed is that it was trading it at 89% value of its net asset value. So people were buying it at 89% over what it should have been bought at. Right now, this came down $4. Now, if you're watching Tiger TV and you look at my Bloomberg screen, what you're seeing here is this. As you're looking at it, on the left-hand corner, if you're in the car, I'm going to explain what this is. So you have the net asset value. Right now, this stock is at $10.20. The net asset value of what this is worth, it was cashed out right here today, is only $7.62. The intraday net asset value, this is 20 minutes later, $7.90, and right now it's $10.20. So it's still overvalued dramatically. And this had all to do about the net asset value. That's what's going on. Get out of the stock and don't trade it, man. You there?
Okay. Yeah, there's a delay between watching your screen. Well, the thing that I was wanting to do is just, you know, make the moves in a technical sense. If it's going up, ride it up. If it goes down, go down. But what was taking me out was, you know, I thought the correlation there. I didn't realize, like you just said, that it was so much overvalued that it was correcting while the VIX was going up. And I'm like, oh, my goodness, why is this going down?
I understand. Believe me, I understand. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. And, folks, you know, there's... Okay, so here, now let's... How do you find out? What you can do, folks, I have it on all my screens, okay? But what you can do, anytime you're going into ETN, go to Yahoo, and you can get the net asset value. This is Tom O'Brien, CFN. We're going to come right back.